This is just a simple exercise where I am teaching Sophie to stick with me whether or not she's on or off the leash. And then I'm also working on just leashing up comfort. Sometimes it's a little bit weird for when we reach over dog's head, so you can see a little shake off there. And so we want to get them used to that pace. Sometimes you'll also see me sprinkle in a sit or two. So again, can you stick with me while you're off leash? Yes. And she's doing a really good job. Whether or not she's on leash, she's sticking with me. This is a fairly easy environment. There are dogs actually just off to the left of the screen because they're doing their training sessions. But she's doing really well with this level of distraction. If she was struggling here, we would make it easier for her, but eventually from here I want to make it a little bit more challenging. And here I'm just getting some interest in the toy. When I'm playing tug, I like to keep the toy pretty low to the ground. Puppies don't have precise mouths, and when I go above, they tend to get fingers and so on. I'm not pulling super hard because she's a baby, but here you're going to see me work on a drop, and I just hold it perfectly still. As soon as she releases it, the toy comes back to life. So you can think of the act of working on a drop as the toy is dead, but once you release it, we will bring it back to life. We'll make it fun again. It's important to note that when I'm working on the drop, I'm not pulling it away from her. I'm actually trying to hold it perfectly still. Again, dead toy. If it was struggling, it would still be alive. So I'm going to do another drop here, make it a little bit fun for her. I might push her around a little bit. I can't remember which part. Yep, there we go. And then once she's got a hold of it, I'll make it fun for a little while, make it rewarding, and then I work on that drop. And as soon as she releases it, it comes back to life. So now we're going to start using these toys to our advantage in playgroup. What I'm doing is when I start to see her using her mouth a little bit more often, I'm trying to get that tug toy back into it. I'm using the squeaky toy this time because she can hear it and she orients towards it, whereas the one that I was doing training with, it doesn't have the squeaker. So this one's a little bit more useful in playgroup. And again, I just toss it for her, she pounces on it, and our objective is to get her to hold that toy in her mouth long term. Here you can see that she drops it. She just tagged bling, and so she's gonna get a quick timeout. And again, we're gonna go back to trying to redirect her towards that toy. So throwing it right towards her. If she doesn't go for it, we're gonna start the squeaker and get her interested in it again. And another toy toss. She's got the cutest pounce. Here Fiona's going to offer us an assist. So Fiona really loves to play tug, and it's actually great for us because her and Sophie playing together makes it more fun for her. And little Sailor is trying to join in too. You can see she's really into it, and so it's helping her to develop that skill. So we're really appreciative towards Fiona right now. And there's Sailor. All right, so that little Spitfire Fiona came running into the group. And what I really like about this clip is that she's really playing down with Fiona. Fiona's tiny, but you know, even with Sophie being a little bit bigger, she's kind of letting Fiona climb on top of her. There's no way that Fiona's strong enough to tackle her, but she's pretending, and it's really lovely play right here. She says, "Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Oh my gosh." But it's all just pretend. Just a cute clip with Minnow. And here we're going to start a world watching exercise. Our objective, we actually have a couple of objectives. So one of them, today we're working on vehicle traffic, and the street in front of us is Midway. We also have the fire station across the way. And so what I want her to be able to do is just kind of learn to chill out in an environment, but I'm doing it in such a way that hopefully nothing on the street spooks her. So I'm pretty far removed from the street, just helping her acclimate in a way that feels very comfortable for her, and then helping her relax in this environment. I'm generally paying to the mat itself. While I'm doing this activity, I would like to build an association towards that mat. And what you'll see is that when she orients towards something in the environment, that's when I follow with food. Oh, I think I blew it there. But in general, my goal is every time she looks at a car, I'm going to follow with food. And I'm not requiring a down right now. But what you'll see is that when I continue to pay to the mat, she starts to go into that more relaxed posture. Okay, so she's settling into a down. And I think that Fiona is actually coming into frame pretty quick here. You can see that there's a good deal of traffic going by as well. And she's really handling it beautifully. And not a ton more to narrate here. We've just moved a little bit closer to the street. Not super close. You know, again, we're doing baby steps with this to make sure that she stays comfortable. And again, I'm just going to pay to the mat itself. That she's turned away from the street is actually really nice. It means that she's getting a lot more comfort. I guess I should say comfortable. It's late in the day. I'm tired. One quick note, the reason that I'm sitting on the ground with her is that I want her to feel safe, and the lower I am with her, the safer she's going to feel. If she gets nervous, she can definitely cuddle into the front of me, but it just really helps support the dog better than being upright would in this situation. And Christine is actually training off to the right now, and she's doing some pretty exciting recalls. So that Sophie's able to chill in this situation is really promising for the future. And again, we're just going to move a little bit closer to the street. I'm also going to change the camera angle. So you saw where we put the bed. This is just another angle so you can see the playground behind. And actually behind us, there were dogs walking. So she was doing really well with everything in this environment. She's pretty solid. We're taking it super slow and conservative just because we don't want to install fear. But I feel like she would be able to move quite a bit closer at this point to those to the traffic sounds. I would probably go towards that tree moving forward, but it was close to the end of her session. and just some airplane sounds going on as well. I think that got her a little bit, kind of piqued her interest. And so I just asked her for a touch to make sure she was still able to think through that. And when I delivered right back to the mat so she goes back into that down, relaxed position. She really did a great job today. And these are just some quick stills so that you can see how relaxed her body language is. She's quite soft. Here she's going to perk up a little bit in this one. And then we're moving back towards the car and she gets excited again. She is so cute.